welcome back. Welcome back. All right, let's turn the music off and turn on some chill music. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. Today's gonna be a little bit of a special day, so you guys can see the title of the stream. So I've been meaning to do this for a while, but we have to focus on getting our OpenClaw agents set up. So like one thing that you guys know is I actually have 3 OpenClaw agents, and I've had them for a while now. And the reason that I got them in the first place was so that I could set them up for vibe coding. So I thought that today would be a good opportunity to actually do that. And what I want to show you guys is kind of just like the setup for my OpenClaw agents. So first of all, what's up, chat? Drew, what's up? OG Tessie, what's up? Trepcart, what's up? Chap, what's up? Nishant, what's up? How's it going, everybody? Good to be back. Good to see you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed the stream yesterday. It was a little bit of a special stream. And today is as well. So here's my OpenClaw setup. So I have 3 agents. I'm going to show you guys in a second on the FBI cam what it actually looks like. But you guys can see here that like I basically have this Discord server set up, right? And I want to draw your attention to a couple things. So if you guys look at production alerts here, you guys know that we're like, I think we're up to like close to $2,000 in MRR for BridgeMind. And like the more important thing now is that people are giving feedback. They have some errors, they have issues. And one thing that I want to do today is I want to be able to set up these agents so that our errors actually get streamlined to one of our OpenClaw agents, and that our OpenClaw agents are able to launch swarms to be able to fix those errors. So, you know, it's interesting because I think that we have an incredible use case for our OpenClaw agents. And here you can see I have production alerts. Do you guys see this? And it says prod critical, prod API, prod database, prod infra, and then Sentry alerts. So what I have done is I've hooked this up. Let me make sure that you guys can see this and this is good. But check this out, guys. So like this, for example, is like stuff that I see, right? Is I get these errors, right? And what we're gonna be able to do is we're gonna be able to set up like cron jobs and ingest systems where our logs are gonna be streamlined to our OpenClaw agents. And then our OpenClaw agents are gonna be able to launch a swarm of agents to be able to update the issue in the code, be able to create a pull request, and be able to automatically fix errors, okay? So that's the goal of today. We're gonna be doing a couple things with that, but with that being said, let me do a couple things on my end to actually get the stream set up, and then we'll get into it. But yeah, I'm excited to do this because I've been wanting to do it now for a while. I think it's important. The Real Rodent, how's it going? What's up? Soren, what's up? The Makiverse, what's up? Blue, what's up? Nishant, what's up? Rittenhouse, how's it going? But yeah, I think that like OpenClaw is definitely different than any other system that I've used personally. It's an incredibly important thing that, hey, if you do want to be on the cutting edge of all this, you have to make sure that you're going to be able to adapt as things, you know, evolve. So let me do a couple things on my end, and I'm going to show you guys my OpenClaw setup, and we're going to get started for the day. So a lot of people have also been telling me like, hey, you know, I know about OpenClaw, but I haven't really done a whole lot of it myself. So I'm excited to be able to test this out because today is going to be all about OpenClaw. So, all right, let me do one thing. Let me show you guys one thing. So, new Gemini 3.1 Pro tool, model and OpenRouter, link in your DM. Oh, there's a new tool. That sounds cool. Let me check this out. Hold on. So there's apparently a new tool in OpenRouter. Oh, custom tools. Oh, whoa. So this is new. That's cool. We'll check that out too on the stream. But let me show you guys first the OpenRouter, the OpenClaw setup. Okay, so as you guys know, this is my OpenClaw setup, all right? Let me make sure you guys can see this. So this is the OpenClaw setup, and basically what we're gonna be able to do is, hold on, let me actually change the mic here. Okay, so yeah, so check this out. So basically we have these 3 OpenClaw agents, okay? And it's gonna be this one that we're gonna set up to be able to ingest all of this, okay? So I'm gonna have to do a couple things on my end to actually get this set up. I'm gonna put the cam right here so that you guys can see this. Hold on. All right, this is gonna be a work in progress here, chat. All right, here. I guess it'll be good. Sorry, guys. All right, hold on. All right. Okay, give me just 1 second. Look at Claude Code IDE. That's how I'm running it at least. Then hook each bot into a web browser using the extension Claude app. Yeah, people have been saying that Opus 4.6 is then dumbed down. That's interesting. Okay, so let's go over to Claude Code here. And what I'm going to do is I'm basically just going to add the BridgeMind API. And I'm going to say, I need your help in setting up my OpenClaw agents. Right now, I have Sentry and I have PostHog hooked up in these applications. And I need to make it so that my OpenClaw agents are able to ingest the errors so that they're able to solve errors automatically. Is this possible with OpenClaw? Launch deep dive agents that will search the internet to figure out if this is possible. All right, so today is all about OpenClaw. Let me log in real quick and actually get this, let me get the gateways restarted. So if you guys are unfamiliar with OpenClaw, one thing that you have to do is you have to make sure that the gateways are actually opened up. So like right now, if you look at my Discord server here, you'll see that, hey, these are all offline, right? These bots, these are, because they're basically Discord bots, right? So you can see Dario, Elon, and Sam. These are each OpenClaw bots that currently are all offline. So to be able to actually get them online, I'm gonna have to restart their gateway. So let's do that real quick. I just wanna get the camera in a better spot here. So we'll do this real quick. Okay, let OpenClaw do that benchmark. Yeah, 100%. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this, here, we'll do this. This will be good. All right, let me know. Okay, is this good, chat? Can you guys see this screen? Okay, you guys can see the screen. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm gonna set this up real quick. Okay, chat, so the first thing that we're gonna do, we're actually gonna get in here real quick and we're gonna restart the gateway, okay? So we're gonna do OpenClaw, gateway, restart, and that's the command that you need to do to be able to actually even like get this up and running. So now it's up and running. Okay, so you guys see what just happened? So Elon here just came online. You see it now, he's online. So if I go over to Elon, now I can say, hello there. You know, it'll be able to respond. Actually, one issue that I wanted to address real quick. Actually, I do think this is gonna fail, and I'll tell you why. So I was using OpenRouter, right? I was using OpenRouter with my OpenClaw agents, and I had OpenRouter hooked up with Gemini 3.1 Pro, right? And I was using an OpenRouter key. I did a couple of tasks, and it cost me $100 using OpenRouter with Gemini 3.1 Pro. And I literally went into my OpenRouter account and I was like, whoa, what the heck? I was like, I spent $100. Like, that's not normal, right? Because I don't use OpenRouter that much. And I went in and it was the key to the key that had all the expenses on it was the one that I've been using for the OpenClaw agents. So just so you guys know, if you guys are using it with an API key, it is gonna cost a ton of money. And what I ended up doing is I actually turned off that key. So it's not gonna respond here. Super Combo Gamer said, how's it going? How's it going, Super Combo? Super Combo, I'm actually working on setting up OpenClaw agents for vibe coding today, so I know that you're an expert at this. Super Combo Gamer was actually the one that helped me get this Discord setup done in the first place. So PythCon said you can also use macOS share screen to just log in remotely to that Mac. You just need the IP. Okay, so now you guys can see that actually, so yeah, I said it's blocked. So what we're gonna do here, okay, let's go over here, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back over here. I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna do this. I wish I could do the screen share better. Okay, I'm gonna do my best here, guys. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna use BridgeSpace. I just signed into BridgeSpace. We're gonna launch a new workspace. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I have to do OpenClaw onboard. Okay, let me move this a little bit. Okay, OpenClaw onboard. You guys see this? This is so bad. Alright, wait, why is this not working? OpenClaw onboard. Hold up. This is an old version of BridgePaste. Let me try it here. OpenClaw onboard. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna do, it says, I understand that this is a powerful and inherently risky continued. Yes, of course. Okay, so I'm also going to do the quick start here. And I'm gonna do use existing values. And it asks me, okay, what model do I want to use? And what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to select Google. So you basically go through and you select which model you want to use. I wish that you guys could see this a little bit better. But here, you guys can see Google. So this is Google here. And I'm going to select Google. And I'm going to use the Google, the Gemini CLI OAuth, okay? So I'm going to use the OAuth for this. 1 second. Let me just log in. Okay. So now check this out, chat. So now it's asking me which model I want to use. But here's the issue. I don't even have Gemini 3.1 Pro as an option here. Can I enter the model manually? I'm pretty sure I can do 3. Is it 3.1? Google Gemini CLI. How do I do? Hold on, chat. OpenClaw update. Alright, so we're gonna update it real quick, chat. Alright, I'll do screen share. Hold on, chat. I'll do screen share. Alright, I'll do screen share, but I don't know how to do it. So, chat, you're gonna have to help me. Google has been banning pro accounts using OpenClaw. Is that true? OAuth will get banned? Okay, I don't understand why they would even do that, though. I mean, I could also use ChatGPT. I could use my ChatGPT Pro subscription as well. What do you guys think is better? I mean, we could use GPT 5.3 Codex, because obviously with... okay, how do I screen share here? Let's find out. I have a Mac Mini that I want to screen share into my main Mac Ultra. How do I do this? Okay, people are saying that apparently that's against terms of service. Oh, wow, okay. So that's new. So, yeah, apparently both Google and Claude are banning people. Python said, I got you. On the Mac Mini, go to settings and search for sharing and turn on remote management. Okay. All right, let me do that real quick. All right, turn on remote management. Search for sharing and turn on remote management. Okay, give me 1 second. I'll do that real quick. Okay, I just did that. I just turned on remote sharing. Okay, Kimmy 2.5, K2.5 has good tool calling via OpenAI. Okay. Okay, so right now, if you guys are just tuning in, we are working with OpenClaw today for basically set up OpenClaw agents for vibe coding, okay? This is gonna be very important for us to do. All right, Open Finder, look in the sidebar under network, your Mac Mini should be there. Okay, let me try this. So look in the sidebar under network, and my Mac Mini should be there. Let's check. Network. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. So, okay, screen share. Okay. What is it? I think it's Matthew 2.0 on that one. Hold on, chat. Username. Hold on, I have to get the username real quick. Okay, I think it's this. Okay, wait, hold on. What is the username, chat? Chat. Okay, hold on, chat. Look at this. You guys see this? What is the username? Use the native screen sharing app on macOS and just type in the IP. Have you tried remote control on Cloud Code? I have not, no. Is that where you can do it? Use it from your phone, right? Okay, wait, Python said use the native screen sharing app on macOS now and just type in the IP. Wait, okay, wait, hold on. Let me see here. Does anybody know the best way to do this? Somebody said to use the native screen sharing app on macOS now and just type in the IP. What is the best practice for this? Tell me what to do. No, because I need to be able to just download AnyDesk. All right, guys, we need the best way to do this. I know that there's going to be a lot of different ways to do it, but what we need to do is we need to be able to have remote control of that Mac Mini from this computer. Does anybody know the best way to do that? Okay, it said you'll be controlling your Mac Mini from your Ultra. Okay, here's what it says. So I think that Python, I've gotten to know him. He's a pretty smart guy. So we're going to try this way. So it says on the Mac Ultra, open Spotlight and type screen sharing, then open the app. In the connection field, type the IP address of your Mac Mini. Okay, so I'm going to do screen sharing here. All right, so I'm here. It says and then open the app. In the connection field, type in the IP address of your Mac Mini. Okay, wait, hold up here, chat. All right, this is the first time I've ever done this, but hey, once I do get this set up, it'll be good because I'll be able to use it from there. If that doesn't work, search screen sharing in Spotlight. What do I click here? SSH tail scale. Still going to ask for the username. Yeah, I know. I'll be able to get the username. This video, 3 minutes, is very good. How to remotely access another Mac the easy way. Okay, click the plus button, then I'll let you type in the IP address of your Mac Mini to create a new connection. I have, okay. Okay. Okay, hold on, chat. No, Google Meet is not going to work because I won't be able to access it remotely. That's the biggest issue. Yeah, the like goal, if we get to 300 likes, I am going to do a live piano performance, but if you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Right now we have 63 likes, 243 people watching. Today we are working on getting our OpenClaw configuration done. Here's what we're doing. But yeah, I think we're gonna have to set it up with codecs though. Yeah, I'll lower the music a little bit. A lot of people like the music though, just so you know, so I'm trying to be fair to everyone. Okay, so I need to enter the IP address, so let me just get that real quick. Okay. All right, somebody said you can type I have confident in the term on the other Mac to get that. Yeah, I've already got I got the IP, yes. It's connecting now. Is programmatic tool calling like MCP plus or something? Does anybody know the answer to that question? I'm actually unfamiliar with it. So I hope you will get set up isolated network for OpenClaw. Yeah. Yeah, I did see Nano Banana just drop. We're going to definitely try it out and stream. But today we're going to the main focus is going to be seeing if we can get these OpenClaw agents set up for vibe coding, right? Because, hey, I mean, if we can do like auto healing, okay, it's still not connecting. Chat, it's just like not connecting. Okay, connection failed. Okay. When I put in my IP address, it said connection failed. What should I do? What should I try next? All right, chat, we're gonna get this set up. Bear with me. Set up a tiny Claude 2. It's similar to OpenClaw, but based on Claude code and supports multi-agent. Okay, make sure both are on the same network. Oh, that actually is the issue. Note that they are not on the same network right now. Okay. Okay. No, they are not. Okay, guys, I think that we're gonna have to veto that. It's just we're just gonna do it for this for now. Okay, let's just get it set up this way for now. It looks like we're gonna have to set it up with. Sorry, there was definitely an echo just there for a second. Okay, we're just gonna set this up real quick because that's really all we need to do. Is like once we get this set up, we're gonna be fine. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is. We are going to set this up with Codex, okay? We're going to set this up with our ChatGPT account because apparently everybody else is gatekeeping. So Gemini or Google and Claude have now basically restricted this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run OpenClaw onboard. And once you run OpenClaw onboard, it's going to bring you to the web menu. You're going to be able to do a quick start. I'm going to use existing values, but I'm going to use OpenAI for this, okay? So I'm going to use OpenAI Codex here, and I'm going to log into my ChatGPT account real quick. So just give me 1 second. Okay, guys, so I did just get that set up. Okay, so we are using NS, what's up, man? He said OpenClaw equals open wallet. Well, the thing is we're going to use this with our ChatGPT Pro account, and I think that is actually probably the best way to get the most for. I mean, you guys know that OpenAI, like, if you're choosing a plan, right? The best way to get the most out of your plans is gonna be using like a ChatGPT Pro plan, okay? So I just restarted the gateway, so let's now check on Elon real quick, and I'm gonna ask what he's using. Also, let's launch Bridge Voice real quick for the near immediate transcription time. Bridge Voice is better than Whisperflow in my opinion. I think that the transcription time, just being literally immediate, is pretty nice. But what I want to do is I want to hook this up so any errors that are reported are going to be able to basically be streamlined into this agent and be able to launch a bunch of sub-agents to fix this, okay? So let's do this. What model are you using? How much RAM does OpenClaw consume? Not a lot. Okay, so Elon, let's see what he says here. Okay, so you guys can see I'm currently running on OpenAI Codex GPT 5.3 Codex, okay? So here's one thing to note. I'm gonna use this because, like I said, I had it hooked up with Gemini 3.1 Pro and I was using an OpenRouter key Do not do that. I do not suggest configuring OpenClaw with OpenRouter. You will run up an insane check. I had it do like just a couple things, right? I checked my OpenRouter key, $100 spent. I was like, how is that even possible? So this thing is like very token intensive. So I think, you know, hey, this is probably the best way to get the most bang for our buck is just by using our ChatGPT Pro account and by using GPT 5.3 codec. So let's now run this and help me figure out the settings configured with this Discord for Elon. I want to make it so that I don't have to at Elon every time that I want to message you in this channel. What is the settings that I would need to change? Would you review your settings and update your settings so that I can just message you in this channel without you having to, without me having to at you? Does anybody know why I have to at the, I don't know if Super Combo Gamer is here, but like one big problem is that, hey, when I am messaging Elon here, I constantly have to literally just at him. Like if I don't at him, then it doesn't do anything. One thing that I've noticed about OpenClaw, which is really interesting, is when you're working inside a Discord, it's gonna like basically let you know what it's doing by the reactions, right? So computer use and then thinking, it's very interesting in that way. Somebody said like it basically uses less than 1 gigabyte, alternatives even 100 it's very high, it's all API calls. Yeah, 100%. The heartbeat users take wait, Lauren said the heartbeats users take which it runs each time. What do you mean? They'll update themselves. Yeah, so I just said to update this. So it says run this in Elon. I want you to update this for me. Let's see if it can, but see, here's the issue, is that unless I at Elon, I want you to update this and do this for me. Saraba, how's it going? It's in their settings. If you tell them, they'll update themselves. Okay, that's what we're gonna try and do. Discord streaming allows for faster response times. Yeah, the response times are very fast, but what we wanna do is like, hey, if you guys look at this Discord server, hey, we have Sentry set up, we have Cursor set up, and then we have Dario and Sam who are not currently on. Dario is a marketing assistant, and then Sam is basically a general purpose assistant. So if we go over to Sam, let me make sure that nothing is sensitive here. Let me check this just real briefly here. All right, let's go here. Okay. So yeah, so check this out, chat. So like, for example, I had Sam creating like videos for me. So this is the video that Sam, wait, no, this is the one that I was trying to fix. These are the videos that Sam, and I made a video about this, but look at this one. So it's like making marketing videos for me and stuff, right? Using Remotion, but it's working on its own isolated environment. But our goal is, hey, can we set this up so that we're able to work with Elon in all of the logs, basically whether it's cron jobs or whatever it's going to end up being, but can we make it so that it's able to auto fix issues for us? That's what we're using this for. Rittenhouse said this AI built into Postman is kind of amazing too. Low credits though, and someone else to pay for it though. Yeah. I tried Codex on an OpenClaw alternative, but 5.3 was slow. I mean, we'll see. What just happened? Hold on. All right. Did you update this? You didn't message me back. Okay, that's interesting. So, Anna said, I have 8 agents set up in a Discord to talk like how you want. Now I'm trying to get the pipeline on task handoff solidified. That's interesting. Do you know, Anna, how to make it so that I don't have to at the agent every time? It says that he updated it. Hello. There we go. We finally got it. There we go, chat. Okay, and I will say, I was trying to fix this. Okay, so we did just get that. This is perfect. So let's now see, like, what are the permissions that you have in this Discord? What channels are you able to see and interact with? Okay, this is a lot better. This is a lot better. They should have just restarted the gateway there, yeah. Okay, why is this a thing? Said I use Claw for Vibe as well. built latent context MCP locally with 500,000 token budget, and I cut prices by around 20%. To be honest, that's awesome. Okay, so here is everything that I just sent. Can you send a message to Sam to, okay, let's get the other, yeah, this is way better. Dev Mindset, how's it going, man? What's up? So one thing I want to do is let's set this up so that we have Dario and Sam also set up with 5.3. Let's move this over here real quick. Okay. So chat, we're gonna do a very similar thing that we just did. Let me move this like over here, chat. Let me do this. Let me just put the camera like right here so you guys can see the setup. And then I'll just do this. Okay. So I'm sorry guys. I don't have a really good setup for this yet. Let me put this over here. Is this good? I don't know. You guys are literally on the pull-up bar right now. Hold on, let me see this. Okay, that's fine. I'm sorry, chat. All right. I say work in progress. All right. All right. That'll have to be good enough, guys. Okay, chat. All right, sorry about that. All right, we got everything set up now on all Mac Minis, all right? So let's move this back over here now. So we have all these set up. Actually, anytime I do anything, I'm gonna set this up so you guys can, anytime that I do anything on the OpenClaw, this is gonna be the view, okay? Because a lot of the stuff is sensitive anyway, so I don't necessarily know if it's smart to show so much. Okay, so you guys can see now what's up. Okay, so let's see what chat's saying. Yeah, this is the new setup. Vince said, nice live as usual. Thanks, man. All right, so let's see. Yeah, so let's let's get these other bots so that I don't have to do them either. What did you update and how to make it so that I did not have to at you? Explain how you updated this. Okay, so we're gonna have Elon explain how it did it. Okay, Nano 2, all live now, official from Google. Okay, so Nano Banana 2 apparently just did finish. Okay, hold on. Check out how this was updated for the Elon channel and then update your channel similarly. All right, Dario. So I'm gonna do the same thing with Dario. Let's check out Nano Banana. That's gonna be a pretty interesting release. Let's go to X real quick and check this out. Let's see here. Okay, so Google just released this, apparently. So Google, Nano Banana 2 is apparently available now. Yeah, so check this out, guys. Nano Banana 2 is here. Our latest image model gives you the power of Pro at the speed of Flash. You can create images with real-world accuracy, add text in many languages, and bring your wildest ideas to life faster with vibrant lighting, richer textures, and sharper details. So let's pull up Gemini real quick, and we'll take a look at this new model. If you're not already, be sure in the dev portal you uncheck public bot. You don't want your OpenClaws to get spammed with send requests trying to verify that chat instance. Learn the hard way. Yeah, I did turn that off. Yeah, thank you, man. That's really good advice because I did cover that. Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna do create image. I want you to create a YouTube thumbnail. Update this thumbnail to be better, more quality. I mean, let's just see if it's able to update like this here. So the thumbnail of this video, what is it able to do? We'll see. Okay, let's go back over to our OpenClaw agents here. So it said done. Hello, can you hear me? Okay, perfect. All right, awesome. So now we're gonna do the same thing, but with Sam, so that we don't have to at Sam every time. So I'm gonna do at Sam. All right, same thing. It'll be able to fix this so that we just can, you know, work with it and not have to add it every single time. Also, guys, we have 269 people watching. If you guys have not already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. I'm going to do a live piano performance at 300 likes. Today, we are setting up OpenClaw agents for vibe coding. All right. All right. Okay, great work. I now want you to take a look at the Discord and think through how could we make it so that you have access to be able to see the Sentry errors as they occur. Would I need to set up a cron job or something? Or would I need to configure the Sentry MCP? How can I make it so that in certain instances you will be able to go in and check any errors that are happening in Sentry and then be able to automatically update the errors in the code and create a PR? How would we do this? I don't know how to do it. I've never worked with OpenClaw before in this way, but I want to set this up. Yeah, we're gonna do push-ups today, yes. But we're also focused on this a little bit. So let's make some progress and then we'll do push-ups. The FBI cam is over here today anyway, so it's over there. We'll have to change that up a little bit. Okay, where do you get the prompts for a dev? What do you mean? Yes, this is Discord, yes. Okay, so here is what it just said. So it said, okay, so it said, perfect use case. You want an auto-healing loop, Sentry error, Elon triages, Elon proposes fix, Elon opens PR automatically. Here's the best practice to set this up in OpenClaw. So it says detection, real-time plus backup. So it said, this is recommended. Keep Sentry alerts flowing into Discord. Example, the Sentry alerts and then the prod API alerts. Configure Elon to watch those channels without mention. Same patterns as Elon. And then it says, add a cron job to pull Sentry every 5 to 10 minutes for new issues, regressions, error spikes. This catches anything missed by alert routing. Okay, use Sentry MCP for deep issue context. Autofix pipeline. So I am going to have to obviously clone the repo on that computer. OG Tessie, how's it going? The best long in the rotation? Yeah, 100%. Okay, do you ask your agent to make the MD or do you make it yourself? I asked the agent to make the MD. Okay, so it says, Elon, post root cause plus fix plan in Discord. Help me understand this real quick. How do I give you access to the GitHub repo? Like, how does it actually get access to the GitHub repo? Do I need to log into my GitHub account, or what do I do there? Somebody said you're going to do this with all 3 bots. Will be expensive. I don't think so, because I have them all hooked up to my ChatGPT Pro plan, and you get a ton of usage with ChatGPT Pro. So, you know, I did use this with an open router key, and I already mentioned this, but I used it with an open router key, right? I spent $100 in a very short amount of time, like barely working on anything important, and it just like totally I mean, $100 for basically nothing. So definitely I would not suggest using with open router. I was using with open router with Gemini 3.1 Pro, and it definitely ran up a check. So, all right, so it says authenticate GitHub CLI. So let's do that real quick. Let's move over here. There's got to be a better position that I can have for this setup here. Let me get a better setup for this, guys. Okay. All right, is that better, guys? At least a little bit. Okay, I think that's better. Let me know what you guys think, chat. But so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clone the repo. I'm gonna get authenticated with GitHub on this one. Okay, chat. All right, so I am cloning the repo right now. Cloning the repo. We're gonna clone the repo, and then we're gonna make it so that I can literally create like pull requests and stuff. So anytime that we get an error, we're gonna make it so that it'll just be able to ingest the logs, be able to evaluate the actual code, and then be able to create a PR that'll fix the error, okay? Dog Dad said with Vision Pro, you can have as many monitor views as you want. I've actually tried that. As a quick solution, you can log into Discord in a second account and screen share it to yourself in a call. Doesn't matter. Help having 3 different Macs. That makes it a little bit more difficult. Yeah, it does. Yeah, but here's the thing. Even like with the screen sharing, the biggest thing is that, hey, I don't know. There's a lot of sensitive stuff anyway, where I understand how to make sure that things stay clean here. But with the OpenClaw agents, it may be a little bit. Oh yeah, check the thumbnail. Thank you. Yeah, somebody said check the thumbnail. Let's see. So this is what Nano Banana Pro made. I don't know about that. I mean, it's interesting. So that was Nano Banana Pro 2. Create an image of that man on the moon. Highly realistic. Let's see this. So that's Nano Banana 2. All right, well, that's loading. I'm going to fix this. I'm going to get this working. All right, guys. So this is what I'm doing. Okay, chat. All right, so I do now have this set up. I have it working so that literally that computer has full access to this. Yeah, if we get to a 300 likes, we're gonna do, the current one is way too heavy for long use. What do you mean? Oh, yeah, Vision Pros, yeah, it's so uncomfortable. Yeah, I don't know, I mean, Nano Banana 2, this is it. I mean, put me on the moon. I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna let this agent know that I just cloned that repo. I now want you to access it and review the code. Confirm that you have access and can make pull requests. Okay, this is very interesting. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, thank you, OG Testy. That should probably be just Nano Banana Pro quality, but faster and more cost efficient. Yeah, that's what they're saying, right? They said, literally, they said in the post, they said that it's Nano Banana Pro, but with it's faster. I mean, from a cost perspective, how much is it? Nano Banana Pro 2. Let's go to FAL. I bet it's on FAL. Let me log in real quick. Okay, here we are. So let's go over here and see Nano Banana. They not have it yet? Yeah, they don't have it yet in FAL. That's surprising. Okay, so here it is. So if you guys are just joining us, we're basically setting up OpenClaw so that it can do what I refer to as auto-healing. So we have BridgeMind in production. We have over 150 pro users. And what we now need to do is, hey, we're in production. We do have errors. And one way that we're going to create a scalable organization is by setting up OpenClaw agents to be able to do auto-healing. So when errors come in, we'll be able to have OpenClaw agents that are able to review the errors, pull down the latest code, identify what's causing the error, fix the error, create a pull request, and then message me about it and message me to review. So this is definitely an interesting use case of OpenClaw. I think that this is something that we definitely want to get used to and work with. So yeah, Python said when this is all set up, it's going to be so worth it. 100%. Yeah, it's like, hey, I mean, I think that just to be able to take the time to get this working, like, you know, I've had these OpenClaw agents now for like literally like close to a month, but I've been so busy and caught up with the day-to-day grind that I haven't really been able to play around with them. So that's why, you know, for today, I just wanted to mainly focus on getting this set up. It's very important. Okay, it tells you the price for Nano Banana 2 in Google AI Studio. Okay, let's go check it out. Google AI Studio. All right, so, all right, Nano Banana 2, here it is. Okay, here, oh, wow. Chat, this is actually pretty big. So I definitely want to make a post on this. So when you look at Nano Banana Pro versus Nano Banana 2, I guess you can't really compare Pro with 2. You have to compare Pro with, not Pro, with just normal. So if you look at Nano Banana here, it uses Gemini 2.5 flash image, and you can see the cost here. So they actually, the price increased from your standard, but they did say that it was on Nano Banana Pro levels, correct? Is that true? OpenClaw is free to use. Yes, it's open source. So, I mean, I'll just make a quick X post about it, and you guys will kind of see my thinking here as I make the post. So, Nano Banana 2 comes at 25% of the cost of Nano Banana Pro. So yeah, I mean, from my initial test there, it does seem like let's say use Nano Banana 2 and create an ultra realistic image of the Earth. They said it's pro quality, isn't it? Yeah, that's what they were saying. So you can see loading Nano Banana 2. They did say that it's pro quality, so it's basically pro quality at 25% of the cost. So Nano Banana 2. Let's see what it comes up with a picture of the Earth here. You need to update the bot's Discord server permissions in order for it to answer without the @ symbol. I had the same issue. Yeah, so we did already solve that, thankfully. Yeah, we did solve that, thankfully. Okay, so here's what it said. So it said Git is installed. I cannot confirm repo access yet because I can't find BridgeMind API automatically from here. The BridgeMind API is on the desktop. It is in the BridgeMind directory on the desktop. Can we give this agent like administrative access to the Discord? Like, what's the best practice here for this? You guys know? Are there any good ways where you would be able to scrape the internet for trending things in news related to AI? for example, I want you to scrape the latest news sources for today and give me a brief on what trending topics are for AI today. So this will be an interesting thing. So this is Dario, for example. So we have to find better use cases for all of this, right? So I think B-Wall, I don't know if he's here or if he's around, but he basically told me, he was like, yeah, I made it so that I have a scraper that's going out once a day and pulling out in everything that's trending. Okay. I now need you to install GitHub, the GitHub CLI. Is Nano Banana 2 good? I mean, let's see here. Okay, this is like stuck on this image for some reason. I don't know what's going on here. Let's do a new chat. Drop this in. Create image. Loading Nano Banana 2. Nano Banana 2 comes at 25% of the cost of Nano Banana Pro and produces same quality of images. Okay. So yeah, they basically said, hey, we reduced it by 25%. Why did they put the Gemini plug in this image? Alright, asked me to create some in chat. I've got the Google Ultra plan or whatever it's called, the Max. Alright, hold on, give me 1 second, chat. Alright, I just had to do an allow real quick on the Mac. Nano Banana compared to Qwen 330 BVL, not even close. Okay, so let's check on this. Let's see what he's doing. So it says, next step. All right, so I need to, can this do it for me? Hold on, let's see if I can. Can it log in? We'll see, we'll see. OG Tessie said Ultra. Yeah, it's Ultra, yes. Yeah, the watermark, yeah. Watermark, even when you have it on the Ultra plan, is crazy. Okay. Can you do YouTube thumbnail generation and compare it to GPT image generation? I can, yes. All right, let's see what Dario came back with. So let's go over here. Okay. So you can see this here. Model race escalation. Okay, let's try something. How do I create skills with you? Can you help me create skills? All right, I want to show you guys a use case that I'm about to implement, something really interesting, okay? Okay, so it says, yes, I can help you create skills end-to-end, fast workflow, define the skill goal, design skill structure, generate the skill folder, write the instructions plus resources, test it, package it into a skill file for reuse, reshare. Okay, so check this out, guys. So I'm going to go into my analytics for X, right? And I'm just going to show you guys my X analytics, okay? And there's something very interesting that you can do on X. So for example, hey, here's the last 2 weeks on X. Here's the last 4 weeks on X, okay? Here's what we're seeing. But one thing that you can do is you can actually download a CSV, okay? So for the last 3 months, you can see basically like I blew up on X in like January. So I'm going to download all of this, okay? And I'm going to go over to my content and I'm going to download the last 3 months of content as well, okay? So I'm going to download these 2 things. Now, I'm going to upload those CSV files to my agent. I want you to review the last 3 months of my account overview analytics and the content that I've posted on X. I want you to evaluate and review what's working and what's not, and also gain a complete understanding for my voice on X, how I'm formatting posts, everything about this. And for the working posts, you need to evaluate what is working and why, and how I'm formatting my posts, and then I want you to tell me and summarize what you're seeing based off of these analytics. Don't create a skill yet, but that is the direction that we are headed. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be able to automate, this, okay? So I'm dropping in all of my posts, I'm dropping in all of this, and I'm gonna be able to use this. Okay, hold on. Okay, give me 1 second, chat. Okay, hold on. Alright. Oops, you guys were looking at my feet. Okay, let's see this now. All right, so it said content mix target. Okay, so Profit said, do you have sub-agents as individual users? Are these 3 instances of OpenClaw? So these are 3 instances, yes. Okay, hold on. Go back over here. GitHub auth login. Okay, hold on, chat. All right, let's do this real quick. Okay. All right, so I did just log into GitHub, all right? And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna see if this, did Nano do better on the thumbnail? I missed it. It did okay, I'm gonna test this in this stream, but right now let's refocus on this real quick. Okay, I just finished this. Now, do you have access? All right, let's see here. Peter, I'll do that after the stream. I said I fixed the security issue. It's like, I already took care of that. Okay, great. Now, I want you to review the Discord now. Would you be able to review Sentry? How can I configure the Sentry MCP with you so you are able to see errors that are happening in the MCP? How am I formatting my post? Would you output a couple of different examples so I know that you have a good understanding of this? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. would you check my codex usage for today so far? Let's see how much these are using. Let's see how much of my plan these are using, guys. So I said, would you check my codex usage today so far? So we've just been like casually using both Dario and Elon here. Wow. So guys, look at this. 99% of my daily budget is left. You're barely touching your daily budget. So we are totally fine. And that's the thing about using the ChatGPT plan. Okay. Oh my gosh, it said I already configured the MCP endpoint. So we are still missing the auth handshake. Okay, so I'm gonna have to open up the MCP here. Okay, and I'm gonna have to do authentication for Sentry. Give me 1 second here. Let's do this. Okay. Hold on, chat. So I see PostHog. I see PostHog added as an MCP, but not Sentry. Would you add Sentry as an MCP? Okay, why do you need OpenClaw for vibe coding? Looks like expensive extra steps. No, so, I mean, what we're doing with OpenClaw is we're making so that it automatically is able to do auto healing. Okay, so this is something that I wanted to do. I wanted to try this, and I wanted to get this working because I think that there is a great way that we can do this. Okay, we're gonna make it so that basically there'll be cron jobs where it's able to go in, evaluate errors, and then come back. Okay, now I need to do this. Okay, so it said it added it for me. Okay, let's add this, and I will set this up with SSH or figure it out. I just don't know how to do it. I don't want to do it on stream. Okay. Alright, so I've now done exactly what I wanted to do. I'm connected with PostHog. I'm connected with Sentry. Great work. I now want you to connect with PostHog and evaluate the data and analytics that you see on the BridgeMind website and come back to me with the analytics that you are seeing from the website and provide me a summary. Alright, let's see if it's able to use this. Okay. great work. I now need you to build a skill that will be able to automatically create X posts for me. The skill needs to be built with the correct formatting instructions and brand identity instructions of BridgeMind, and you need to review the data and analytics again from the CSV files that I provided for reference. You need to gain a complete understanding of what we have done successfully on X so far and help me come up with a skill and to create a skill so that daily you are able to evaluate trending topics in AI and in vibe coding and be able to create posts based off of this. All right, so let's try this. I've never created a skill, so this is going to be new for sure. Skill creator plugin is awesome for making skills. Okay. Okay, so this Elon agent is still working. What is the best and most affordable LM model for vibe coding with OpenClaw? Which LM models do you use your agent? Yeah. So this is something that we set up at the start of the stream. And kind of a disclaimer is that I did initially set it up with OpenClaw. I set it up with OpenRouter. And OpenRouter ran up a huge bill, okay? I spent $100 by barely doing anything because I had integrated with OpenRouter, right? So I then went and I actually, today, I authenticated it with my ChatGPT account, and I have a ChatGPT Pro subscription. And as you guys know, like, you get a ton of usage out of your ChatGPT Pro subscriptions. So the one big thing with that is that I'm now, like, I even asked Dario, I said, hey, how much have I used, right? And it said, you're barely touching it. You've only used 1% of your budget so far. And we've had, like, a couple topics where we had it scrape, we had it, you know, be able to set up all of this for us. So I would say that, yeah, ChatGPT Pro, you're probably going to get a lot of usage for that. Okay, so it says traffic is up strongly. So let's see now if it can actually pull down that repo from BridgeMind. I now need you to clone the BridgeMind UI repo in the same directory as the BridgeMind API repo is. I want you to use the GitHub CLI to be able to clone this repo from the BridgeMind organization. Review and clone it and let me know when this repo is properly cloned. This would be very interesting to see. So we're going to see if we can clone this repo without even having to do anything, right? Like, hey, we set up GitHub. It should be able to clone this. We'll see. This will be an interesting test. Peter said that Minimax 2.5 is good. Yeah, but I feel like the Chinese models are just so cheap that it can be difficult to do that, right? It's like, hey, you're dealing with, like, you do get what you pay for, so you're probably going to be better off with using something like Codex if you do have a pro plan. Wow. Okay, that's actually sick, chat. So look at this. So it literally was able to clone the repo on its own in that directory. So that's pretty impressive. Okay, now I need you to do another deep dive into the PostHog analytics and review the existing code. Do you see any opportunities for improvements based off of the data and analytics that you're seeing? I want you to be specific and propose any updates to the code. Okay, so let's go back over here. So it says skill created. So files created, skills, BridgeMind X trend post, skills, BridgeMind X trend post references, voice and format, references X analytics insights, AI trends. Okay, I now want you to create my first 5 posts for today based off of trending news today from launches today. This is going to be very interesting, chat. So if you guys remember from my initial, my journey with OpenClaw video, what I'm using Dario for is Dario is going to be the marketing specialist, okay? You're going to get merge conflicts. Take some time thinking through your repo management practices. I don't think that I'll have a bunch of merge conflicts, and even if I do, I feel like I'll be able to use it to fix it. So, okay, so this is actually pretty good. So it does know Nano Banana 2 is out. I want you to scrape and identify all the latest information about Nano Banana 2. Let's focus on that for now. I'm definitely already noticing a significant improvement. Can I hook you up with 11 Labs API so that I can actually talk to you rather than have to type to you? We'll love to see your prompts for Sam, Elon, and Dario. What do you mean by prompts? Also, am I able to do, like, what are sub-agents? Hold on. Help me understand what sub-agents are in OpenClaw and how I can use them. Dario Hype Machine checks out. The structure of that skill is spotless, by the way. Thank you. Okay, so sub-agents. So this is something, okay, so sub-agents are temporary helper agents that run tasks in parallel in separate sessions, then report back. So what they are isolated worker sessions. They have their own context and history, good for long or complex jobs, can use a different thinking level or model, auto report backs to your main chat. Great, now use the X post skill to be able to create 4 X posts about this. And some of the posts, if we want to include attachments, let me know what attachment I should include for that post to go even more viral. For example, creating an image using Nano Banana 2 and making a comparison, or, you know, providing references. You should be super intelligent with this and tell me exactly what to post and give me, actually let's do 5 posts to schedule out throughout today about Nano Banana 2. Okay, so even like this, for example, right? Like, hey, you need to be able to understand that, hey, these agents are significantly more powerful. So this is like, and this is why I wanted to do this stream today, you know, setting up my OpenClaw agents for vibe coding, because I knew that, hey, we probably need to get to the point where I just have a pretty big deep dive on these agents because they're very important. What happened here? Fearful? It said that it got fearful. What the heck? Fearful. Oh, that's not good. Why use OpenClaw if I have Claude Code? It's completely different. Would you be able to integrate with... Hold on, this is going to be really interesting, chat. Would you create a script that will be able to integrate with the API so that you can actually create these images yourself? Create a new directory on my desktop where this script will reside. Use Claude Code to help you build the correct script for this, and then tell me when you are ready for the API key and where to get the API key from. You will need to help me so that you can create the attachments that will go in these posts. Okay, now this is super interesting, okay, chat? So instead of me having to do anything manually, basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have it do it for me. I'm gonna say, hey, just create a script. Tell me what API key you need so that you can create the attachment there. Oh, basically the system prompt, you give them all back like Stan, Elon, and Dario. I did that in the starting my OpenClaw journey video. Okay, so what's the current... Okay, so this one's still working, it looks like. Oh, that's interesting. So somebody said, I know they're different, but I just code with Claude all day, so how can I use OpenClaw? So, for example, what I'm using it for right now is Elon is going to be able to create a... What is it doing? Yawning? It's fearful? What the heck? I want you to launch a sub-agent that will create the cron job so that every 30 minutes you look at Sentry to evaluate any errors that are happening in production. You then need to cross-reference that with the BridgeMind API to evaluate what the actual error is in the code. You need to create a cron job for this and create the associated skill that I want to use Claude Code to be able to assist in the updating process and the pull request process for errors that are identified in Sentry. Okay, this is going to be interesting as well. Wow. All right, so it said done. I built it and it's ready. So on my desktop, there is now a new script called BridgeMind Nano Image Generator. So all I need to do is get my key here. So let's go grab it real quick. I'm gonna go generate an API key. Okay, and then I need to set up billing. Hold on, they want my money, chat. Alright, hold on, guys. Oh, they want my money. To tip enable auto threads in your OpenClaw config file for Discord so you don't have one long thread. Each message you post into the main channel becomes a thread with clean context. That's interesting. Okay, they do want my money, so I'm gonna have to go get that for them. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna go grab my wallet so they can take my money. If you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so right now. We've got 300 people watching, only 148 likes. I'll be right back. I need to go get my wallet. Okay, I'm back. Okay, let me get this real quick. I've got too many credit cards, Testy. I don't know if I would be able to memorize all of them. Okay. Okay, we should be good. Check out BridgeMind.ai. Okay. So this is now, I'm on a free tier? What is this, the API key? Okay, I do have my API key. So I'm gonna give this API key to Dario. Here is my API key. Here's my API key. Please now set this in the, please now set this. Okay, you guys cannot see this. Yeah, the Nano Banana 2, we're actually testing this today. We're actually setting up a script right now. Okay, let's go over to Elon real quick. Okay, so Elon said, I see clear opportunities based on the PostHog patterns plus code review. Here's what I change. The big funnel drop is sign up, submit is the biggest leak. Interesting. Okay, I now want you to start with our quick wins. Launch Claude Code subagents to help you update this and make sure that you instruct them accordingly, and then create a pull request once you are done updating. Dario is watching. Okay, so Dario here. I mean, this is very interesting. So what we're doing is we're using Elon to be able to evaluate the data that we're seeing inside of PostHog, and then we're using Elon, and then Dario just came back. So Dario just set our API key. So let me now delete this just so I don't leak my API key here. Okay, but look at what Dario just said. So it said, it's now configured and ready for the image scripts. You can run this. Okay, I want you to run this with a prompt that you create that will go well with that X post. After you're done, I want you to give me the complete X post with the image that you generated. Okay, so guys, this is gonna be really interesting. So we're gonna have Dario create the X post and then create the image from the script that it just created to integrate with the Gemini API to create the image, right? So then we'll be able to make the X post, create it completely by our OpenClaw agent. Bird's voice, I was just, I have to re-authenticate. There we go. Alright, so we'll see what comes back there. What is the name of that voice feature? It's Bridge voice right here. Okay. I now need you to create the skill associated... Oh, wait, hold on. That's going to be for Elon. With making it so that there is a cron job where we are able to do the auto healing that we talked about earlier with Sentry. Every 30 minutes, the cron job should be able to use the Sentry MCP via Claude Code to be able to evaluate errors that are happening in production. How much for my API keys? I spend $585 a month. So we have Elon here. Now this is, I think we've worked with it long enough to see like, hey, what's our codex usage now? Would you check my codex usage for today? This will be interesting to see because we've been working with pretty much all day, right? You need to run this for me and then send me the images in this conversation that it creates. All right. This will be really interesting, chat. Okay, so my codex usage, yeah, this is insane. So if you do use OpenClaw with like a ChatGPT Pro account, you barely use your usage. Look at this. My 5-hour session, I have 97% remaining. Day remaining 99%. And like this is kind of like well known, right? Like ChatGPT probably has the best limits out of anything. What do I use for your Discord agents for the OpenClaw things? Yeah, I'm using GPT 5.3 codex, and yeah, you can see it here. It's like, hey, the usage on this, it's barely using anything, you know? 99% remaining. I mean, that's insane. So we'll see what Dario comes back with. What do I think about the possible Anthropic deal with Hegseth? I think it's just like kind of like fake news. I don't know. I don't really watch CNN or, you know, any of the news cycle stuff related to like, it just seems like political. I'm not really into politics myself. So, you know, it just seemed the Anthropic situation with Hegseth or whatever. I saw it. And I thought it just seemed like political. Yeah, 200,000 tokens, 3% usage is crazy. No, because it's only that. No, because it's only that conversation for the context window. What plan am I on? I have the ChatGPT Pro plan. Somebody said, how much does it cost? $200 a month for the Pro plan. How do I do status for that? Basically, I mean, I'm just working on my OpenClaw agent to have it do it for me. So, okay, you need to run this for me and then send me the images in this conversation that it creates. I tried to run it from here multiple times, but image responses from the Gemini endpoint are hanging in this runtime. Text responses work, images responses never return. I need you to do this for me. Run it in my terminal for me. I don't want to have to do anything manually. You do it all for me. Why no Gemini here? What do you think about Gemini? I mean, I liked Gemini. It has been like pretty unreliable. The first day that it came out, I just absolutely cooked on it and I loved it when it first came out. I haven't used it as much. Let me pull this up and let's just go to Gemini 3.1 Pro now, right? And take a look at it. Yeah, I mean, this is the problem. When Gemini 3.1 Pro first released, the tokens per second, the throughput here was like in the 90s. It was like insanely fast, right? But they've really struggled with this launch. Their reliability has been very poor. 48 tokens per second. The uptime is like 88%, which is like horrible. Like if you go to Anthropic, if you go to Claude Opus 4.6, I can guarantee you that it's like 99%. Like let's go to Anthropic, 99.99%. So, hey, when you're looking at that and you're saying, okay, I'm a vibe coder and I need, like, reliability is important, okay? So that's like a pretty big issue. Okay, guys, okay, this is actually sick. So, so this just created a pull request for me. So let's go over to GitHub and check this out. So literally, OpenClaw spawned a subagent and it launched a Claude Code worker, implemented the quick wins, and then opened a PR. So if we go over to our organization, what I just want to see is, hey, is this working? Did our OpenClaw agent, is this working successfully? Let's go over here and let's go over to pull requests. So there it is. So this is the update. So here's the summary. So it says 6 new PostHog events added to the typed PostHog event name. I mean, that's insane. So generate with Claude Code. So OpenClaw did this for us. Wow. And now there's a new skill called Sentry autoheal. Sentry triage MCP issues. So there's going to be a cron job that runs every 30 minutes. Yes, I want you to run a manual test now. Note that I do not want you to expose any sensitive information in your output, but I do want you to run it now and tell me any errors that you are seeing. Run the cron job with the skill so that we can test the auto heal feature. Okay, so we'll test this. Let's go back over to Dario. Why is this? Why did this fail? Get it working. You literally need to send these images to me in this Discord chat. Make no mistakes or I'm putting you in OpenClaw jail. Alright. Yeah, Opus is a beast, yeah. I did put the Quen models in BridgeBench. I have not tested them outside of BridgeBench. They didn't perform very well in BridgeBench. So, I mean, would you now launch Claude Code subagents that will review the pull request? And if it looks good and the build is running properly, you can then merge to the master branch? Zanib said, I just joined. Was OpenClaw for coding a success? Yeah, you're actually joining at a perfect time because it took us a little bit. It took us what? We're 95 minutes into the stream, but this stream is all about getting OpenClaw set up. I've kind of been pushing this off, and you know, this is something that we need to integrate into our workflows to be able to work with OpenClaw agents to set up auto healing processes, to be able to set up the ability to work with OpenClaw agents that will manage their own agents themselves, right? So this is important for us. We have Dario, who's working on, basically Dario is the marketing specialist. Sam here, we don't really have a really good use case for Sam, but Elon here. Can you see yourself sticking with just one exclusive provider, Claude Code or Codex? Probably not in my situation, to be honest. I like, you know, they're good at different things. I actually watched a podcast with, I watched a podcast with Dario yesterday, and it was very interesting because Dario was basically making the point of, hey, you know, these models are different, are good at different things, right? So, hey, people say that, like, oh, Nano, you know, sorry, Nano Banana, I was just reading something. Like, oh, Claude Code is a really good coding model, but like it's more niche than that. Like, Claude Code is good at very particular types of coding. It has a particular style, whereas Codex is good at other different areas. Okay, why did this create a SVG? Wait, why did you create SVGs and not just send me the generated images from Nano Banana? You are not following these directions well. You are to run the script to create the images and then send them in the chat. This is really struggling to do this. What about... Can you see it? Yeah. Okay, do this and then send me the completed images once you're done. All right. It says that he's on it now. I mean, I could see if you had a lot of these things and you were able to just manage them, that you could do a lot. Presmix said, just say remember and it will remember. How is the manual test going? Give me an update. Look, it's fearful. It's like, oh, I messed up. I mean, this is interesting. Somebody said you are a very, very, very bad robot. I want you to review the marketing videos that we created. The ones that you created weren't very high quality. We'll do push-ups today here. Let me put the FBI cam back up. Now that we have this working, now that we have this up, my FBI cam is right here. You guys are looking at the floor. Let me fix this and we'll hit some push-ups. Okay, how's this? We good? Oh yeah, we are good. Alright, let's go chat. Alright, understood. I tried again. It is still failing for the same reason. Image responses from Nano Banana are timing out from this runtime. Text responses succeed. Image payload never returns. There's no real... I'm going to fake it again. I'm not going to fake it again. He said I'm not faking it. Yeah, I'm using... So I'm not using local models with my Mac Minis. I'm using... Codex. I mean, this is like... I mean, is it because I am on like a... Hold on here. Is it because I'm on like the free plan or something and then I haven't put any credits in my Gemini account? API keys. I'm on the free tier. Oh, I'm on tier 1 now. View usage. I mean, I can see the usage. Oh, it's all... Okay. Here's what I'm seeing, guys. Alright, this may be the issue. Here's what I'm seeing. So, I'm getting all errors. Increase the timeout limit. You need to increase the timeout limit. And then try again. Okay, this is still running on Sentry to evaluate the errors here. NS, what's up, man? It's probably the bot's timeout setting. Okay. Daylight said, is this OpenClaw something good or is it useless? Well, we're putting that to the test, right? So we have this agent. And I will say, you know, this went through and it did create a pull request. Now, can I... Hold on here. How is it going with the review of the pull request? I don't know why Elon isn't responding here. Alright, guys, who's ready for some push-ups? We haven't... Today's stream is a little bit different. Clean. Yes, do a fast review now. Yeah, NS is in the chat. Backstory Bites, what's up, man? How's it going? Good to see you. Backstory Bites, we are working with OpenClaw agents right now, and we're basically setting up auto-healing. So one of the biggest use cases for OpenClaw, in my opinion, is to be able to manage an agent that's going to be able to be set up in a way where you can do auto-healing. So it's hooked up with Sentry, and then it's also hooked up with my CloudWatch logs, and then it has full access to the code base, right? So basically these errors come in from production. You know, now that we have over 150 pro subscribers for BridgeMind, the errors come in, it's able to ingest them, it's able to take a look at the code, it's able to identify what's causing the issue, launch a bunch of Claude Code agents to write the code to fix, and then be able to create a pull request. So that's what we're going to be using OpenClaw for, and we'll see how good it is, right? But that's what the main purpose of this stream. Is WDN here today? I haven't seen him around. All right, let's check Dario. Okay. We'll see. So today I increased the timeout and retried with a much higher limit. W Drew, let's go. All right, let's knock out, let's drop a 50 bomb chat. Who's with me? Let's go. Oh, also Elon did respond here. Okay, would you now merge the PR to both the dev branch and the master branch, respectively? All right. All right, let's drop a 50 bomb chat. Let's go. Let's go. All right, this is still waiting here. Okay, it did just merge. Alright, so that's the first ever commit that I've made with an OpenClaw agent. Would you now use the Sentry MCP and review all of the errors that have occurred in the last 24 hours and come back to me with your findings? Do not include any sensitive data in your response, but tell me over the last 24 hours what errors you are seeing in the Sentry. It's Sentry. All right. Yeah, so that's what Dario's going to help us with. Zanab, nice. Let's go. Also, guys, we were at 194 likes. At 300 likes, we're going to do piano today. A little bit of a different stream. Tomorrow, I'll be back for day 141 of Vibe Cleaning App until I make $1 million. I just wanted to make sure that I took some time to be able to experiment with this because I think this is going to be able to help me on my workflow a ton. So, would you give me a quick status update? Where are we at? Help me understand the core concepts of OpenClaw. For example, what is a heartbeat? What is a heartbeat? OpenClaw. I'm still waiting for the OpenAI implementation of OpenClaw. I mean, technically we're using GPT 5.3 codecs right now with it. Laughing Whales, I have not played around with. I don't even know what that is. Okay, this is going to be an interesting test. How about this? How about you just go to Google AI Studio and generate the Nano Banana images yourself on my computer? I doubt that that's possible, right? Yeah, I'm using OpenAI's OAuth, yes. I want you to do all this for me now. Okay, so it said, all right, 2,440 total events. That's really interesting. Have you set up the cron job? So that every 30 minutes this runs to review new findings from Sentry? And that we will be able to use our auto healing skill. Yeah, there's probably no ban risk on ChatGPT because it literally is theirs. Okay, your Chrome tab is not attached to OpenClaw browser relay yet. What is OpenClaw browser relay and how do I set it up? When is the next run? Did you see the El Marina image leaderboard? Let's check it out. I have not seen it. Okay, 1238. Oh, wow. Okay, so let's head over to LM Arena real quick. Abhinav just said, go check it out. Oh, wow. So, yeah, this totally tops it. Alright, so watch this, chat. So now that Dario's set up with that skill, drop this image in. Help me make the X post for this, highlighting that Google's new Nano Banana 2 model tops the text-to-image leaderboard on LM Arena. Format it with a viral hook and format it using the best practices using the skill. Okay, so this is going to be really interesting to see. I don't like the way that you formatted it. Let's try that again. Also include the keywords flat out and have Nano Banana 2 be in the first hook. What do I think about Claude Remote Control? I haven't tried it out yet. I probably will try it out, though. I'll make a video on it or something. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is an interesting thing. Don't use the actual model names. For example, Gemini 3.1 Flash image preview. Use what people would be searching keyword related for it. For example, GPT image 1.5. Update your skill to note this, and then reformat the X post. What has been the website traffic to the BridgeMind website so far today? Use PostHog and tell me how much. All right, guys, we just cracked 200 likes. Thank you so much. 300 likes. We're doing a piano performance. Okay, perfect. That's a lot better. I don't like the way that you formatted it. Also, you should not be including the keywords in the post. Let's try that again. Alex, I think you need to hit a 50 bomb. All right. There we go. That's much better. All right, score, votes. Okay, so we'll see how much this gets, but yeah, I mean, OpenClaw created this for me. We'll see. Okay. Okay, so BridgeMind website traffic so far today. So total page views 585, unique visitors 185. Cool. Would you create a cron job so that every 2 hours I get an update about latest website traffic and a summary? Actually, would you create a cron job so that 2 times a day, 1 in the morning, 1 at night, you check the data in PostHog and tell me, you send me a message about what you're seeing? Dog Dad said, loving this production monitoring setup. Great job. Thank you, man. I mean, yeah, that's what I try to do is it's like, hey, you know, I'm trying to get a real purpose use case of OpenClaw. And I think that, yeah, I mean, AI agents, like OpenClaw does give me a little bit of a different feel where you're configuring souls, you're configuring memory, you're configuring all these different aspects. And I do think it's something that, hey, we need to learn and we need to be up to date on so we don't fall behind. So now it said, so at 9 a.m. and then 9 p.m., it's going to tell me. So let's actually create a new channel. Do you think it would be smart to create a new channel particularly for this? I haven't shipped the latest version of Bridge Voice. Alright, keep Elon for active conversation. PostHog digest. Okay, so we're gonna do PostHog. I just created this channel. Now update the job so that it sends a message in this new channel respectively with the report. Okay. Where do I run OpenClaw? I have 3 Mac Minis. How much context have I used so far? And is this conversation all in just one context? Or help me understand how this works. Is this entire Discord conversation inside of one context window, or how does that work? Here's an idea. Instead of cron jobs for everything, can you schedule recurring voice meetings and have it give you an audio update like a real exec meeting? Well, I actually don't want it to do that. I do like the idea. You can configure 11 Labs to be able to talk to it, but for this use case, I actually do not want to do that. Okay. Does anybody know what the best practice is here? The specs on the Mac Mini, they're just the base model. What channel should I create for the Sentry digest? Tell me, give me instructions for this. Thank you, So. Alright, so create a dedicated central channel for Sentry. So we're going to create a dedicated channel for this. So Sentry digest. Okay. I just created that channel. I now want you to update the cron job respectively so that it gets routed to that channel. Okay. Okay, perfect. It's updated. What would be the purpose of setting up heartbeats with you? Help me understand what heartbeats actually are with OpenClaw and the best way that we could set them up with our current infrastructure. Thoughts on Perplexity Computer? I personally haven't used it. Yeah, Bridge Voice is definitely faster than like Mac dictation. It's faster than WhisperFlow. I think that global voice-to-text tools are very, very useful. For example, Mac dictation isn't very good. I would highly suggest getting a voice-to-text tool if you haven't already. Bridge Voice works very well on Mac. We're working out a few kinks on Windows. Okay, so great question. OpenClaw term. So a heartbeat is a lightweight periodic wake-up check for the main session. So it's different from COM because a heartbeat is tied to your main conversational context. Good for batching, small checks, flexible timing, cheap way to keep proactive awareness. Okay. I think the Sentry cron job is running too frequently. Okay, this is actually really interesting because when is the next Sentry cron job going to run? I'm pretty sure it's like 1 minute, so we'll be able to test this here. I'm pretty sure it's 1 minute. Great work. Would you now evaluate the script that we have for generating the Nano Banana 2 images once again? And I need you to launch more agents at it to figure out what is going wrong, how we can fix it so that it does work, and then test it again. Okay, so yeah, 12:38, so literally 1 minute from now, it's gonna run. So in like 26 seconds, it's gonna run, and I'm very interested to see what it actually comes back with. Okay. So is this gonna run and then send a message in Sentry Digest? That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's what I'm interested in. I heard people saying it beats Claude Code and just is crazy for everything. What is? Oh, Perplexity Computer? I mean, it probably is in that way, right? In computer use. Would you help me? What is currently in my memory? K-Torn, this is a special stream. We're solely focused on just setting up OpenClaw in this stream, okay? So we're not shipping a bunch of code today. We're just trying to get to a place where we're playing around with OpenClaw and we're getting this to work. Tomorrow will be day 141. Today is a little bit of a special stream. We're just focused on OpenClaw, trying to learn everything that we can and getting this to work in a good way. All right, so check this out. It says status update actively in progress. I've launched multiple debug agents against their script and endpoint. One is patching testing. Another is running a full API diagnostics. I also started a long timeout direct request to verify if this is just a slow response versus hard failure. Okay, we'll see if it works. That was pretty fast too. Okay. Would you set up a memory MD file in the workspace? What music am I listening to? I'll drop it in the chat. Here it is. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out, Academic. All right, so I'm not seeing anything in Sentry Digest here. It's been 2 minutes. Okay, did the cron job run? I don't see anything. I want you to also create a skill that will be able to have access to this channel. Hold on. So yeah, so this is another very important channel here. So you guys can see here, this is another similar system, right? We have errors that are streaming from CloudWatch. And what we want to be able to do is we want to make it so that Elon will be able to go into that channel and digest those errors and be able to fix. You need to also set up another cron job that will go into this channel and be able to review the API errors that we are getting in CloudWatch and be able to identify what is causing the errors and fix them and create a pull request for auto healing. Okay, also guys, if you guys are watching and haven't already joined the Discord community, make sure you do so. Also, we just hit 50,000 subscribers yesterday, so if you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, much appreciated. Okay, it says that it's waiting. It's gonna finish and send me the images. We'll see. We'll see. Anything from Elon? Nothing. Dario? Okay, it says that the Nano Banana 2 model path is unstable here for image output, but other image-capable models work reliably. No, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want you to switch the model. You can make this easier by setting roles for them and then allowing them to access whole categories. Thank you, Python. Is this available in FAL? Let's check if this is available in FAL AI yet. Okay, it is. Okay, so check this out, chat. So this is now available in FAL. So maybe we'll just switch that to use FAL. So this is Nano Banana. Let's just use text to image. All right, create an image of the Earth. So this is 8 cents per image is the cost for Nano Banana Pro 2. Or not, sorry, I guess it's not Pro. Okay, so this is Nano, okay, so let's do this. Instead of using the AI Studio API, I instead want you to transition this to use the FAL AI API. Review and launch Claude Code agents to update this respectively. I have attached the JSON structure for that. I already have an API key. Just update the script to connect to this instead, and then tell me when you're ready for the API key. Okay. Yeah, Noob, I can send the playlist. Okay. All right, so I'm going to generate an API key here, and then I'm going to toss this in and see where we're at here. So API keys. All right, hold on. Here is the API key for FAL. I now want you to set it. Okay. Let's go, Python. Yeah, a lot of people enjoy just working along with the stream, and I enjoy working with you guys as well. So, all right, it said that it didn't complete. Manual trigger attempts are timing out at the gateway, so the job isn't finishing executing. Okay, yeah, figure out why this failed and then fix. Okay, let me see this here. Okay, we have our API key set, so I'm going to delete this real quick. Okay, great work. I now want you to be able to run this script so that you can generate the images that will be able to showcase Nano Banana Pro 2 capabilities, and then create the X post for this. Create the images, send them to me, and also create the X post for it. Okay, so this is going to be a really interesting test. Yeah, Gemini, this Nano Banana Pro, or Nano Banana 2 is like absolutely dominating LM Arena right now. Check this out, guys. Literally at the very top by quite a wide margin, too. So here's GVD image 1.5, and then here is Nano Banana 2. So it's a pretty good improvement. All right, dryer is working here. Okay. Yeah, so somebody said, what's everyone's preferred model for OpenClaw now that Claude has presented using the subscription? Still Claude with API tokens. I do not recommend that. You are going to spend so much money. So I've been using, today, I set up with Codex. How much usage do I have with Codex today? So check out my usage. So I've been using this for the last 2 hours. And you guys are going to be able to see, like, hey, when I ran this using OpenRouter and was using Gemini 3.1 Pro, I spent $100 in 2 days using OpenClaw. But look at this. In the last 2 hours, I've only used 2% of my day limit and 7% of my 5-hour limit. So it's a lot better. All right, Elon just got, Hung said, is this a live or a premiere? Just came back from a long break. This is a live. Yeah, we're setting up OpenClaw. Just testing today. We're, I've been meaning to get this set up for a while, so basically just spending today working on it. Sorry, I was working with one of the instances there. All right, Dario just came back to me. There we go. There we go, chat. All right, so this is Nano Banana 2, all right? Wow. All right, so let's download all this. I'm gonna make an X post, but wow, look at the text. I mean, that's pretty cool, chat. Wow. All right. Rewrite the content here, no M dashes, and write more clearly, and also have it have a viral hook and be formatted according to the data and the skill that we have to make it go viral. Yeah, so this is, I mean, this is Nano Banana 2, and we've set up a skill with our marketing agent with Dario. Dario was able to create a script. Yeah. What do you guys think? Why did the cron job fail? Fix what caused it to fail. Oh, well, we already... I now want you to run the cron job manually, trigger it now, so that we can test if it works. Alex, I'm making a cron job so that we can do the auto healing with Sentry like we discussed. So now it triggered the cron job manually now. OpenClaw, I don't think it's a waste of time. Yeah, you're not going to have the Python processes to automate the work. Yeah, I don't think that that's accurate. OpenClaw is definitely a different... it gives me a different feel. I wouldn't be writing this off. Yeah, Gemini 3.1 is pretty good. Okay. Why am I using Discord? I think Discord is the best way to be able to set up your OpenClaw agents. Alright, hold on, chat. I don't know why this is taking so long. So it says that he's typing. Would you now help me create a post that will be a comparison between Nano Banana 2? Update the script so that we are able to test both models with the exact same prompts. Or create a new script to help you do this. But then send me the images once they are created. Okay, Joe Soto said, I have purchased a max plan for Codex, Claude Code, and Gemini. Claude Code is my favorite, but they are closing the gap fast. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Codex is good. Claude's good. Gemini's good. For different use cases. They all, you know, I think Dario said it well. You know, they do niche down to particular things. Hey, Gemini's good at styling. Codex is good for refactoring and debugging. There's different use cases. Yeah, no problem, Anid. Yeah, this is a live stream, so. Yeah, so kind of just to like summarize, because I didn't want this stream in particular to be too long. But if we look back at what we did with Elon, and we'll still figure out the cron job process, but we hooked Elon up with PostHog and Sentry. So right now, I want you to use the Sentry MCP and evaluate the errors that have occurred in the last hour, and then review the API and tell me your findings based off of what we've seen in the last hour of what needs to be updated. So pretty much what we have now is we have this system where we have access so that the OpenClaw agent is able to launch Claude Code subagents, has access to these MCPs that are able to evaluate real-time errors as they occur. We're still working on the cron jobs, but what this is able to do is it's able to actually look at the data, look at the errors that are happening, and then be able to actually fix it and then create pull requests based off of what it's seeing, right? So we did create a cron job that's called PostHog Digest 2x Daily, and this is a cron job that's scheduled at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. that is basically able to run the PostHog MCP to be able to review analytics and then send me like, you know, hey, here's what we're seeing so far. So for example, hey, we ran it manually, and what even it did create a pull request based off of what we're seeing. Let's find that. So it said, hey, both merges are complete. We merged all those updates. But it ran this experiment, right? And said, hey, this is what we're seeing. Where is it? It's right up here. So where's the raw data? I know we had it in here somewhere. It made an update based off what it was seeing. Let's even check this. I want you to use the PostHog MCP and tell me the analytics for the past 30 minutes for the BridgeMind website. All right, let's test this real quick. All right. How are they using Claude Code's agents with Claude P agent directly inside Claude Sub? Yeah. You don't even really have to touch it. It's able to do it automatically. I didn't set up any skills or anything like that. Okay, so for the past 30 minutes, there's been 13 new unique visitors to BridgeMind. Here are the products that people, so 2 people checked out Bridge Voice. You can see there was 1 auth callback that succeeded in just the past 30 minutes. So I think that this is useful. Here's Dario. So Dario, okay, wow. So Dario is basically our marketing specialist. So he just created a script that makes it so that we can compare the newly released Nano Banana 2 with GPT 1.5 image, right? So here's what it came up with. And now we can make an X post. Okay. Yeah. But all right, chat. We are at what time is it? It is 1:04. All right, what I don't understand is why did this one, like, is this still thinking, or like why is this just not doing anything? Do you guys see this one? Yeah, I'm not doing OpenClaw setup on my main. I'm doing it on isolated Mac minis. Like, this one just didn't do anything. I don't know why. So I feel like I'm getting used to this. I'm understanding it a little bit better. But so far, it's like, okay, Dario, he's our marketing specialist. Elon, we did set him up so that he's able to integrate with GitHub. He can create pull requests. He can update code. He has access to Claude Code. And he has access to PostHog. He has access to Sentry. He has access to the production logs. And we'll be able to create this auto-healing feedback loop. I'll need to play around with this a little bit more, but I just wanted to, stream this so that we could focus solely on this OpenClaw setup, and I feel like we have made progress. I'm going to spend a little bit of time now off stream setting this up. I'm going to go hang out in the Discord for a little bit off stream. If you guys haven't already joined the BridgeMind Discord community, make sure you do so. I'm going to go hang out in the co-working channel for a little bit. I'm going to end the stream here for today just because I only wanted to stream this for about 2 hours or so, and we're already past that. So if you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. But I'm going to go hang out in the Discord for a little bit in the co-working channel. I will see you guys there. If you haven't already joined the Discord, make sure you do so. But I'm going to end the stream here. We definitely learned a lot. I mean, I think that, hey, as we get better and better at OpenClaw, there are going to be more use cases. Here's all the information from Sentry here. So you guys can see that, okay, here are all the errors. For example, there's a lot of 401 errors on the session refresh endpoint. So this is all stuff that we're going to have to take a look at. The last 60 minutes, there were 177 total events. So we're gonna need to take a look at this, but OpenClaw is gonna be able to help us quite a bit. So we're now using OpenClaw for vibe coding, and this is only gonna get better. So thanks guys for tuning in today. I'll be back tomorrow for day 141 of vibe coding app until I make $1 million. I'm gonna go hang out in the Discord for a little bit today. But with that being said, guys, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the future.